Hi, Logan here from VacBin.com, and today we're going to be talking about and reviewing the Bissell SmartClean robot vacuum. At the time of recording, this vacuum retails for $350 and can be found at a lot of major retailers and online. So let's get started with this vacuum. It has very good suction power compared to some others in its class. However, it's really brought down by a lack of safety features, tiny bin capacity, really small cleaning path, and just generally terrible navigation. In addition, it's very quirky compared to a lot of others in the robot vacuum category, and for that reason I can't recommend it. For example, we still have a physical power switch on the side, which is a throwback to the really old days of robotics, like the first generation Roomba, which came out over a decade and a half ago. But if we turn it on, we get this green light, and that's all you get. Next to it you have a mode button and a plus minus button. And if you notice there, it beeped when I picked it up, but not immediately. It took a few seconds. The safety features on this robot are not nearly as advanced as others in its class, such as the Roomba or the Nido, where as soon as you pick them up, they will immediately shut off. For someone, me, adults, teenagers, that's just fine. For pets who might flip the robot, or for kids who might stick their hand under it, they could be injured by these rubber wheels here, which will try to suck the fingers in, or this brush roll here, which will try to pinch off your finger. It can hurt. It shouldn't do any serious damage, but the fact that there's such a delay here compared to other robots does make me a little worried about the safety and care that they put into this robot. In addition, it's very difficult to use compared to others. The Roomba, it's a single button. You just press the big clean button on top, the thing starts. The Nido, you press the big orange button or gray button. There's a big clean button, you press it twice. On the new ones, you just press the button that looks like a house and it cleans. It's that simple. They're very simple to use. They've grown up a bit. This one, on the other hand, you press the green button to start it, then you select the mode. By default, it's an auto mode, which is good. And then you can select the suction with the plus or minus, which it says there's a no suction option in the manual, but I've never been able to select it. And then you can also select how long you want it to go. Unlike the Nido or the Roomba, which automatically determine how long your room needs to be cleaned, this uses a timer-based system where you can either set it to until the battery dies, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 60 minutes. And then there are options for all of those where it will go until the time limit, and then it will start seeking its dock or non-docking options. So with that, let's talk a little bit more. And as you can see, I hit the button which turned it on. There's no way to turn it off until it starts cleaning, unless you use the physical power switch on the side, which is a little bit of a design flaw. You also cannot pause this vacuum mid-cleaning like the Roomba or the Nido, which have a pause function for you to empty the bin, because these robots are smaller, the bins fills up. Can't do it on this robot. There we go, turn it back on. So let's take a look at the actual cleaning components on here. We have two side brushes which sweep dirt into the very small brush head. I'm going to get this closer to the camera and refocus so y'all can see. But let's focus this. There we go. So if you could see, the robot here goes here to here, moderately large. This is the only part of the vacuum where suction and brushes are applied. In addition, this brush tangles very quickly, and unlike others which have, a few clasps to disconnect the brush, this you cannot get the brush out without unscrewing it. And even then, I'm not sure if that gets the brush out or not. So, very poor design on that one. But let's flip it over and look at where the dirt is stored. We press this button here. Very nice design on the top. I rather like the look. We flip this up here. We have this little dirt container. I'm going to put the vacuum down now. very small little dirt container. And the top is a filter. The bottom is where the dirt collects. This container only goes up to about this much before it just loses suction and stops working. Furthermore, this filter is not washable, needs to be replaced, and this is after a few runs. You could see that it's matted dirt on there. Even after a brush, it still doesn't want to come off. So. If you do end up purchasing this vacuum, you'll probably be buying a few filter replacements pretty quickly. Put the filter back in the vacuum, put the bin in, and just open it up. Reattaches right in here. It's a little hard to do because it's designed so the gravity lines the parts back up, but I'm able to do it, not too much of an issue. All right, there we go. Let's put this back down and refocus. There we go. Let's refocus. Perfect. All right, there we go. Alright, so then that brings me to the last portion of my gripes with this vacuum. The navigation. I've been spoiled with the iRobot Roomba series, the Neato series. If this was my first robot vacuum, I'd think it was fine. Seeing the other two, especially for vacuums that are in the same price class of $350 to $400, they just blow this vacuum out of the water. This vacuum tends to bump into things and try it a few times to make sure it's still there. If that's any way of describing it. As if, let's say my hand here was a wall, it would hit the wall, back up, hit it a few times, and then start turning until it found the edge to go forward. So it just really feels dumb when you're watching it compared to the other robots which typically don't do that. This also does mean that the battery power is wasted because this vacuum has a very small battery compared to some of its competitors. I don't have the stats off the top of my head as to how large the battery actually is. One good thing about that power switch is it likes to beep a lot compared to others where it will tell you the fault. The Roomba uses voice. It will say, my left wheel is stuck, please put me down on the floor. The Neato will make a sound, and then on the LCD screen it'll tell you what's wrong with the vacuum. This just beeps and has error codes E1 through 6, which you have to look up in the manual. So, different strategies. I much prefer the other two to this vacuum. But yes, so it does run down on battery much quicker than both the Neato or the Roomba. Overall, I really just can't recommend this vacuum. I would show it running. However, like I said, the battery is very short on this, and I don't have a ton of space here with me on the floor. Check out some of my other videos where I show this vacuum in action. There will be a time-lapse video where you can see just how great the navigation is on this vacuum compared to some others. This has been Logan here for VacBin.com. Overall, I'd rate this vacuum a 4 out of 10. I would not recommend it. However, it is a good first start for Bissell, and I really hope that their second and third generation products are much better. Once again, Logan here for VacBin.com. Bissell SmartClean gets a 4 out of 10. Thanks for watching.